essential for growth. There is no full stop. So the sentence is incomplete. This essential for growth is for policymakers and regulators, the NGOs, finally the lawyers. That is the status of the mineral industry in India so far. That we develop like this, as our Mr. Tripathi have told, that you must formulate something. Don't suggest. Suggest some points. How to minimize that processing formalities and all these things. I tell you for your information. I do not know, anybody must have counted the tables when you are starting applying the mining lease applications till you get the grant. It moves with 189 tables. Just imagine 189 tables takes 5 days per table and 5,000 per table. Where is the investor and where is your time? You see, if you compare to all other countries like in Australia, Canada, we always compare to their mineral activities. Why we should not go in par with that? They take maximum 2 to 3 years to get the license, whereas we take about 7 to 8 years to get the license. So that is what we have to simplify. So my appeal to the regulators, there are rules, but use your common sense. There should not be a streamlined processing formalities, be it environment, be it forest, be it mining. If you have remembered the talk given by our esteemed Prime Minister, he was giving an example. In a platform on Monday, marble got loaded. Tuesday, tomatoes came, but station matters no. After 4 days, priority he has given for marble because marble landed on Monday. He told that he should have used his common sense that if tomatoes kept for another 7 days, it is going to be rotten. Marble can be transported. The same principle are in most of the cases in the regulations are being followed by the executors. So that mindset has to be changed first. How we are going to change the mindset? Couple of days back in Bhubaneswar, the Environmental Conservation Day, we had organized one interactive meet exclusively for mineral development in Odisha. Fortunately, concerned minister also came, but no bureaucrat. We invited the secretary. He told all along that yes, I'll be coming because we thought probably minister is coming, he will be coming. He didn't attend. What we did actually, we kept his nameplate. Till last moment we didn't know that he is not coming. We took the photograph and published that somebody has confirmed but could not make his time. Although it was the presence of the minister was there. Then finally minister told that yes, this society is a good society doing something professionally. My doors are always open for you because I need advices of the senior people. I told him, sir, you open the door also, you open the windows also. Otherwise it is not possible. If you can open only doors, nothing is going to happen. Then he laughed, he told, why you are telling me to open the windows? Mukul, there will be more transparency. Suppose you are closing the windows, then you do not know what you are going to do there. So you open both your door and windows. Kindly educate your officers. Let them be involved in the development if they really want that in the entire country. Now, we are only complaining or shouting that why judiciary has taken the privileged place, even the grant of orders. Because for everything and anything there are PIL agents, there are NGOs. For nothing you should have PIL. Because there are advocates even promoting that to earn their livelihood. The day will come, you can marry but you don't have fortnight unless Supreme Court orders. That would be the state of affairs in this country. There are also problems with us also. That is lack of coordination even between the mining industries. The bigger players don't want that smaller players should come to the forefront. What has happened even in the Saha Commission, I know personally in Odisha government, Odisha affairs, most of the facts and figures are given by the rival groups to Saha Commission. That is how the problem is now cropping up. The major issues they are telling about the illegal mining, we are advocating that it is not illegal mining, it is irregular mining. They have excelled their productions as per the scheduled in mining plan or environmental clearance plan. Is it a crime? The market was there. And you took about 4 years or 5 years to get the environmental or forest clearance. Can we stop the business? Because when the market is there. Moreover, whatever extra production has been done, it has been officially accepted by the government. They have issued the transit permit, they have taken the royalty. So how come it has come as an illegal mining? The second one, to fix up the lease boundary. Everybody knows that lease boundary is made on the cadastral plan. Now they are even comparing with the Google plan. How can it match? You are promoting DGPS survey, employ remote sensing centers who doesn't have A, B, C of mining experience. They are drawing a baseline covering a distance of about 100 kilometers. There will be definitely deviations. So all these technical issues must be highlighted to the concerned authorities. We are doing seminars. After that, we forget about what has happened. But there should be a concrete proposal from different forums to all the governments. For your information, whatever transpired in our meeting on 5th of June, we have already sent out a letter to Prime Minister, to Environmental Minister, we have already suited out, and also to the State Chief Minister. We do not know whether they are going to take any action or not. At least there will be a record. That unless you develop the mineral industries, the country is going to hell. You can't improve whatever situation may be. With a misconceived idea. I can give you example. The Lanjigad, if you remember, Vedanta had constructed a alumina plant, giving assurance by the government that the raw materials will be supplied to them. OMC was to give them a mine lease. They got the lease, Niyamgiri. Then the problem of forest environment started entering into, and it was all cancelled. By that time, they have spent crores, thousands of crores, and erected the plant. Now for raw materials, they are moving either to the other. Second time, when Supreme Court ordered that you have to take consultations with these local villagers, if they agree, then the consideration will be there. You know, there are people from other part of the state went there, vitiated these tribals, that nothing would happen. And in the name of Dangriya Kand, the entire project is shelved. Now, if you go to the same villages, they are now shouting against those people. Ultimately, what they are going to gain out of this if the mines are closed? They don't have any idea. Fortunately, this season in Odisha, we have got one MLA from a Bonda community. Bonda, you know, they were almost remote places, tribals. Nobody was going and all these things. But this gentleman became the MLA for that constituency, and he openly declared that because I left my village, I had my education, I became MLA. So if I would have continued in my village, I would have Bondas. So if this is the state of affairs, people are taking advantage of that, creating nuisance for the development of the minerals. Anyhow, the today's topic is about mineral explorations. Everybody knows that for any mineral development, basic and fundamental thing is that you have to assess the properties, whether you have got, how much you have got, how much you can exploit, what are your geospatial distributions, how you are going to, based on that you can develop your proposal for mining, winning the minerals. So exploration is the fundamental requirement for any mineral development projects. The one thing I just remember, you must be knowing, the minerals came first, then came environmental parameters, then came your forest. But now, they are the tenants, we are the landlord. Because we came to earth first. No forest was there, no environmental domains were there. But now those tenants have overpowered the owners. If they say that you have to mine like this, you have to mine, whether it is practically possible or not. But invariably you see, say for example forest. We know environment means it's only about loss of forest. The question will be asked, how much trees you are going to plant it if the project is clear? Is it the only solution for maintaining the environment? But if you see in Odisha at least, where I have got a lot of experience, the trees are more destroyed where there is no mines. There are reserve forests. 10 years back, 15 years back, the density was more than 1%. Now you go, visibility is about 1 kilometer. No trees, nothing. It is a reserve forest. But there are no mining activities in and around that area. So all these practical things must come to forefront. Regarding the procedures, I must say for example, forest proposal, if it is initiated from the state government, they have again demarcated 40 hectares will be with the regional office, more than 40 hectares, it will go to the center. Why? And again to reach to the regional forest level, in the state level you go 32 steps. Just going, coming like 32 steps. If it is a concerned DFO is the authority to give all his clearances to be approved by the competent authorities, why the proposal will not be submitted directly to DFO? Why again it is going to PCCF, again 3 tables, PCCF will again send it to GFO, conservator. So all these practical problems are to be analyzed, then process factors can be streamlined.